Hello lovely YouTubers, how are you today? I hope you're okay. I've been messing about trying to figure out where my space is that I can work with. Am I going to ever be able to figure out how to do this easily? I guess I've got to find a flat surface where it's easy to put cards out and stop using a bit of material. Find some sort of flat surface. But see, people don't want to listen to my problems, to the issues I have when I'm trying to do these tarot cards. I've just got to figure it out, haven't I? Really, that's what I've got to do. So I continue to practice and I continue to do my best to ask Spirit for guidance around the things that I need to do. Now, I'm not kidding you, this happened to me yesterday. As I was doing these cards, I was looking at these thinking which one should I choose, and then only discovered there's one left in the box. And today's card that's left in the box is Beauty. And I was drawn to the pink today. The pink cloth, the pink stones, pink, beauty. Now I associate pink with all things soft, and all things kind, and romance, and love, you know, and all things beautiful. And that includes us, doesn't it? Us little human beings. Oh, and I've used this little light pink one because the beauty ones come up. That's more of a lilac actually, I suppose, isn't it? Or is it just reflecting the pink? I'm not entirely sure. I'm using these little stones to guide me as to where the camera, how far the camera is going to go on my piece of material. So forgive me, YouTube. I will figure this out eventually, and I will find a way to mark out my area so I don't worry about the bits that I'm missing off. And of course I'm also aware that when I move my head away from the microphone to look at the camera to see what I'm doing, the sound drops, so I can only apologise, and then that takes a lot more time for editing, and so the YouTube videos don't get put on as frequently as I would like. Now, enough of my little human concerns. First of all, I'm going to open the angel cards, the Doreen Virtue angel cards for you. One of my friends said to me the other day, do you think of a specific person when you're doing these readings? I thought, I don't, not yet, not at the moment. At the moment, I'm just practicing doing these readings, seeing what it feels like, seeing if I enjoy doing it, see what sort of information I'm able to chat about while I'm doing it, and see how people like it. People might not respond to this, people might not like this. This is a lovely experience to have in person, you know, if ever you want to feel like you've had sort of, what's the word, it's like, it's just a feeling of healing. When you go and have this done in person, you feel like the other person has heard you, and you feel like the other person has been in touch with your higher self, and you feel better. That's how you should feel when you come out of a reading, any reading, whether it's a reading for tarot. Oh, look at that, isn't that a beautiful card? I was going to say, whether it's a reading for tarot or an angel card reading or any sort of therapy, when you come out, you feel better, different, shifted, moved. Unless you're going for therapy because you're grieving or you're suffering a loss, obviously. But generally speaking, when you go for one of these therapy sessions, you come away feeling as though you've been lifted in some way, just lifted slightly. Your soul is lifted, your heart is lifted or opened, you feel better, you feel more able to function in the world. If you're already feeling good and you go for one of these readings, you come away feeling on cloud 9. Blessings. Let's have a little look here for you. Card meaning. God and the angels are helping you right now. Continue to ask for their help and then accept it when it comes, and it always does. The angels want you to know that you have extra blessings around you right now. Perhaps you have recently experienced some challenges, or maybe you're currently asking for extra help. Either way, The angels surround you now with more divine love than ever. Additional angels are with you, giving you an added cushion of love and light. Sometimes you may feel as if God and the angels have abandoned you. This card seeks to remind you that they have not gone and that they cannot leave you ever. It is only our fear that makes us blind and mute to the presence of our angels. Yet your angels can lift away your fears if you will ask and then let them. You are truly blessed and very, very loved by God and the angels. That is a lovely reminder that you're not on your own, isn't it? And also a reminder to be grateful for your blessings and to be thankful every day for the blessings that you do have. It doesn't matter what they are, everyone is blessed with something in their world. And if you're having a really tough time at the moment, know that you're not doing it without your higher self being aware that you're struggling and that you need a little gift from the universe to come your way. Now it's interesting that the beauty card is there with blessings. It's easy to find things to be grateful for when you look at the beauty of the things that you're surrounded by. So if you're surrounded in nature, it's easy to see the beauty in nature, isn't it? Easy to see the wonder of the universe when you're looking at nature. So if you're struggling to find anything beautiful in your world, or you're struggling to find any beautiful things to be grateful for, like you're struggling to find beautiful thoughts to play with in your mind, then look to the outside. Look to the external beauty of nature, or look at the beauty within other people. Because if you can see beauty in other people, you can see it within yourself. Okay, now these little cards, this is my next trick. This is my next trick. For my next trick, I'm going to open a Patrick Gamble card. Normally, when I do a tarot reading for a person, I open up the angel cards and have one angel card, and then I open up these cards and sometimes have 3 of these, and then I do 9 tarot cards. But this feels different to me. This feels like I'm just sticking my toes in the water, dipping my toes in the water of the YouTube card reading. I was going to say fraternity, but there is definitely a little space on YouTube for tarot readers, and it's rare because it doesn't happen everywhere else. The tarot readers are shunned, and yet so many people love to watch tarot readings, love to listen to people who are able to speak words of wisdom or speak words of guidance and kindness. And do forgive me because I've got a nail there that's like I've stubbed it on something, and one of my friends did my nails for me, and she said, you be careful of those because they're not dry. I was like, yeah, you're worried about nothing, it'll be fine. Guess what I did? Caught it. Now I've got a manky thumbnail. Oh dear. And I only have my nails done because all the other readers on the YouTube, they all have beautiful nails, and I was aiming for beauty, you know, and they do look lovely because my friend is a very careful nail brush painter person, and that is the beauty in itself, isn't it? Taking care of the things that we do, and taking care for other people, and taking care with our thoughts and our feelings, and taking care of ourselves, taking care of other people, which is a wonderful thing to do, but not at the expense of ourselves. Now this is impossible to improve on, this beauty and blessings, because if you're grateful and you're appreciative of the beauty that you're surrounded by, you will be given more blessings and more things to be grateful for. Ooh, look at that. That's a very powerful card, and I love the pinks and the purples there that match that. The vision. Whoa, number 43. Let me have a little look what that means. Number 43, the vision. Now I can imagine what that means. I believe that means And I will read it to you exactly from the book, but I believe that means when a person has lost their ability to see something better coming, sometimes you have to look for other people who can remind you that you had a vision, there was a goal in mind, and for them to be able to see it for you helps you to walk towards it. You have to have a vision in mind. You cannot lose sight of the vision or the goal. Messages from the other worlds, connections, solace, comfort, hope, rekindled, overcoming grief. The coming together of the two worlds. The physical and the spiritual. The angel brings the light of the souls, and it's interesting that there's an angel on there, it just matches up, and there's an angel on the beauty as well. I think there might be an angel on all of the little angel cards, but I'm not sure if there's an angel on all of the angel cards. I don't think there is. So it's interesting, we've got 3 angels here, which is very powerful. The angel brings the light of the souls from the spirit world, and in doing so makes the connection between you and loved ones that have passed over. There could also be messages from the angelic realm. The light that the guardian angel carries is there to be placed within the core of your being in order to fill the void of emptiness and bring about a feeling of wholeness. Well, that's lovely, isn't it? That is lovely. Okay, so that would suggest that this is a person in need of upliftment and encouragement. It could be you, it could be someone around you, and you're the person that's able to shed light on their subject. Because sometimes it does take another person to bring the light in. Bring the light in. Bring the happiness, the loving thoughts and feelings, the feelings of pleasure and joy that come from knowing you've got a purpose in life, knowing that you've got a reason to keep going, knowing that you've got a goal to reach, knowing that your vision and what you've imagined for yourself can come into being. You can do it. You will make it. Things will get better. Things will improve. And if you're not this person, but you know you've been that person, then turn around and look and see if there's somebody who's still sitting on the rock that you're able to help by just being there and just being in a slightly better emotional state than they are. You can help lift them towards where they're trying to go. Now again, I can't see how this can be improved, and I say this with these cards. I'm like, am I going to taint these beautiful cards with a tarot card? I'm like, I don't really want to, but I'm going to, because I've been doing it all week. I'm here all week, people. So I feel like that, I'm not that there's anything wrong with it, of course there's nothing wrong with it, but the tarot cards feel like information for the material world. That's how this feels to me, in this hierarchy of spiritual information. So the angel cards are come from your higher guidance. It's what your spirit guides and your angelic people around you, your higher beings that are protecting you, want you to know. These cards, the oracle cards, are the link between the spiritual and the material. Okay, so this is a person in the material, but they're reaching for spiritual help because they're struggling in the material. And then these cards, the tarot cards, these are purely material. They rarely have any spiritual, for me they don't have any spiritual link about their meaning at all. Which is why I look at it and think, oh, I'm going to ruin this reading. And I'll open a tarot card out and it fits perfectly usually. So it'll be interesting to see. But also a lot of people that have tarot readings, they're only interested in the material bit. And then they only become interested in the spiritual bit when the material bit doesn't work and it all falls apart. Because that is tendency of a pattern, what tends to happen. Oh, this one wants to come out. Ooh. Now, the Fool. In material terms, this is somebody who's given the material stuff away, who's given up with them clinging to the material, and they've just making a break for freedom. They're making a break for it. The Fool's starting something new, but also not clinging onto the bricks and mortar Okay, so that's interesting. So in spite of me thinking that the tarot is purely all material and I can't see how it's going to fit in with these lovely spiritual cards, yet again here we have a little card that may well be the next step for a person who's at the end of their tether. The Fool is a card of pure spontaneous energy, filled with curiosity and enthusiasm for the next adventure. Okay, so for there to be a new adventure, there has to be a letting go of the old adventure. Yep, or the old failure. It might feel like failure if you've been through a long process of trying to make something work and it hasn't worked, and then you have to accept that it hasn't worked and you've got to move on to the next thing. But you've got to be very, very brave to do that. You're ready to step forward into a new journey where the sky's the limit. You have boundless potential where you can pour your exuberance into fresh creative endeavours. Living in the moment, you're learning to let go of expectations and go with the flow. You are ready to venture into unknown territories and pioneer your free spirit self into this new phase of your life. Here we go. This is where the person realises, oh, hold on, I'm not just a material being. I'm not on the planet just to do bricks and mortar. I'm not here just to make money. Wait, there's a spiritual side of me. I'm here to enjoy life. There's more to life than just working for a living and paying the bills, thinking about how to make the next car payment. There's life to be had. And it is that realisation that there's a whole realm of life that's always been there that you haven't necessarily been paying as much attention to as you could have done. But you couldn't have done it any other way, otherwise you would never have reached this rock bottom place, right? To be able to really appreciate what it is to be free. Okay? With a carefree attitude, this is a time to really discover yourself in new ways and explore your options. Trust your gut, listen to your heart, and believe in yourself. Once you let go, the universe will support you on this exciting beginning of your journey. Well, that is interesting. That is an interesting journey, and typical of a journey that humans take when they're on the planet at least once. They have the dark night of the soul. They've lost the vision, they've lost their way, they've hit rock bottom, and then they recognise, hold on a minute, I've been looking in the wrong place for love. I've been looking in the wrong place for excitement. I've been looking in the wrong place for what I need. I've been working in the material world purely with a goal of thinking this, if I do A, B and C, it's going to lead to X, Y and Z, without any consideration at all for the spiritual nature of life and all the other bigger things that there are to enjoy. And what exactly is it that I do enjoy? What do I want? What do I want to do? These are the questions for this person. What's next for me? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to speak to? What do I want to do? What do I want to do with my life? Okay, that's your question. What would you like to do with your life? Who are you really? The untethered soul. This is a question for your deep soul. This is a question for the person who's running around in this body. This is the person who knows all the things that you've been thinking. It knows all the things that you've been feeling. It knows the life experience you've had. It's been there with you firsthand. It knows you more than anyone. You could spend hours and hours trying to explain all your stuff to another person, but you've got a person inside you that knows all your stuff and doesn't need any telling going beyond. Here we go. This would suggest to me that there's an element of travel or movement forward. Like literally, this could be a literal moving forward. Beyond is infinite in all directions. So it doesn't really matter which way you go. You're not going to meet any brick walls. How about that? And we are in a sort of labyrinth, a spiritual labyrinth. It doesn't matter which way you go. You're going to find your way out. How about that? And equally, if you've got pessimistic minds, you could look at labyrinth and think, yeah, it doesn't matter which way you go, you can just get lost forever. That could be true as well. Thanks for listening, YouTube. Bye 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 bye.